Hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel and another day of triathlon training. And today is going to be a little bit all over the place, but I thought that is a good day to pick the camera up and just document the whole day. I've already been for a swim, I'll leave the stats on screen, just did 2k in total, swam with the pool boy for the whole thing. It was a bit stop-start, obviously public lanes, you're swapping lanes and people get in and out and those sorts of things, but we all amenably get on and swim together, unlike the two gentlemen who I had the encounter with a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, got that done. Just made breakfast, just going to go upstairs, but Elizabeth is not got any clothes on, so she doesn't want to be on the video. What else am I doing today? Now, I'm hoping to run at lunchtime, but I'm working from home today, and I've got a meeting all morning, running until like early afternoon, so I'm going to struggle to get out, but if it finishes early, perhaps then I might get time, but we will see. I'm also, touch wood, cross keys, everything, hoping that my bike's going to turn up today. The gravel bike that I've spent ages deliberating about and eventually ordered should be here today, so we will see. And then tonight, I'm not sure whether to go on the club chain gang or whether to do a turbo session. I haven't done the 2 sessions from the Send It squad this week that should have been done on Tuesday and Thursday just because of life, and I did a long ride Wednesday, so I could try and do one or both of those sessions indoors or go on the club ride. I'm not entirely sure. The weather looks okay, but it is forecast to get really, really windy today, so I'm just going to play it by ear. Don't want to get blown around the bike, and I still haven't fixed that puncture from, I didn't video it, but on the ride on Wednesday, I was 1 mile away from home and I got a puncture and I had to ring Liz to come and pick me up, because I wasn't fixing a puncture a mile away from home. Anyway, I still haven't fixed that, so I need to do that before tonight if I want to go on the bike. Makes sense? Okay, right, let's go and get breakfast and crack on with the working day, and I'll see you when something happens. Oh, and when I got up this morning and walked downstairs, this little treasure had brought breakfast in, hadn't you? You'd left me a little mouse on the mat in the hallway. I did well to see it, actually. It's a good job I didn't walk on it. Yeah, thank you very much, pal. It's because we're starving. I had to get out for a swim. I had to get there for a certain time, Liz, lane times. I left it for Liz to pick up. And Rupert needs to see you get it. It's for you. Okay, good evening. No lunchtime, run time. I just couldn't quite fit it in, and I had sort of half talked myself out of it anyway. I've already ran 3 times this week. I'm trying to run 3 times in the week and then once at the weekend, maybe for the next week or 2, and just build up the long run a little bit. And that seems to be enough. Like, I'm feeling pretty tired overall, so I don't need to squeeze in another one. So tonight's bike session. I have only ridden once this week as well. I rode on Wednesday. I did 4 hours and 40 in the peaks, so it's a decent ride, but I'm used to riding for like an hour most days of the week, if not every day a week, definitely 6 days a week, so it feels very different. I feel like I should be able to do a big session tonight, but I'm not going to because I'm going for a long run tomorrow morning, so I'm going to do a session that I should have done earlier this week as part of the Send It squad plan, but I'm just going to see how it goes. If I feel tired, then I'm not going to worry about it because I've done a lot of good bike training over the last few weeks, so having a week where I don't do too much interval work isn't the end of the world. I can just let that absorb a little bit, and of course still swimming and running. It's not like it's a proper rest week, is it? Just getting Zwift loaded up. This thing never seems to work properly. This laptop in here, it's always a bit laggy and a bit messing around. Maybe I need to do something else, but we will see. What is the session, I hear you ask? Well, let's have a look. So there are 2 that I've put in today that are the ones for this week. So that one is one which is 3 times 10 minutes sweet spot. The first 5 minutes low cadence, the second 5 minutes high cadence. And the other one is this one, which was the Tuesday session, and it's just 2 minutes low cadence, sort of big gear work off of 3 minutes recovery. I don't know if I'll be hitting those power numbers, but do you know what? I might do the sweet spot first, and if I feel okay, I might do 6 times 2 minutes off of 3 minutes recovery, or a couple, just see how I feel. I don't need to do 2 sessions back to back and catch up on all the training, but like I can miss out the volume either side and just do those. Let's see how the sweet spot feels before I start giving it the big and say I'm going to do 2 sessions. Although that would have been a good title. I just don't know if I can do it. Anyway, let's get on the bike. Oh, and speaking of bikes, it has arrived, and I'm not even going to tease it because one little glimpse and somebody will recognise exactly what it is. So I just want to save the reveal until I can try and do some sort of cool video, or attempt at a cool video, I think. But I've got loads to do to it first, so it'll be a week or 2 before parts are here, etc. So we'll have to just hang fire.
Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Smell good, skin clear. This here my my year. Hey, look up here. This here my tier. Same fit 4 days. I grind 4 ways. I play no games.
Okay, session done and dusted. I'm glad I didn't commit to doing 2. 1 is absolutely enough. I'm not Lionel Sanders. So I did the 3 times 10 minute sweet spot, half in big gear, half in normal cadence. You can see there, you can't see there, I lowered my threshold on Zwift to 310 watts because when I went lactate testing a few weeks ago, LT2 was 311 watts. And if I'm not going to do anything with that information, it's absolutely pointless doing it. So I'm going to try training when I'm doing some sessions over the next couple of weeks at that as my threshold power. And that felt a bit easy tonight, if I'm honest, but then I'm just thinking, does it feel easy because I've been doing sweet spot too hard forever? So I just don't know, but I'm going to see how I get on, like training fatigue wise, see how I feel. My max heart rate through that was 144 and my maximum heart rate is about 175, so I had plenty of gas left at sweet spot, but I don't know, we'll see. It was all right. I think the intervals were all around 310, 315 watts. Wasn't paying too much attention, just using the geared mode. I think that's it for today. That is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I know it's a bit higgledy-piggledy at the minute, but that's life at the minute for me. So thank you very much for bearing with. I do appreciate it. Events are around the corner and it gets a whole load easier to do this sort of thing then when you're talking about races and going to races. So hopefully you can motivate yourself through some training as well. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock for some more proper triathlon training.